Yo, watch list for Monday, July 8th. Gonna start off here with KTRA. I got a few messages in chat about this one. I'm keeping an eye on it for a big picture idea. And as you can see on these big volume days here in the past, they were just one day wonders, like pop, drop, pop, drop. And what changed about it here is once it started to build over these 20 and 30s, once it started to break out, it had a nice strong green day followed by a second day gap up and spike. So the trend of this name, the history of how it trades kind of changed, which with the question I've gotten of like how do you determine like how long to hold or I'm selling my winners too soon is I usually like to go back to the name at hand and see how that one has traded in the past to give me kind of an idea how I want to trade it now. Um, so now that the characteristics of this name have changed and its sort of multi-day structure has started to develop, it's building nicely over this 25. Um, and I think there's a possible entry here. Like you could warrant an entry for a 30 cent early entry and risk down towards 20, 25, something like that. Like wide risk and potentially scale through 35s and 40s. But given what's working lately, is these things are failing a lot. And with volume profile, I'm going to wait for this thing to build over 35s, which has been a key level. and I'm going to try not to get myself chopped up when it's just trading within this 25 to 35 channel. Wait for it to pick a direction and then look to join that there. Snowa, I had put on watch on Friday. We got a nice breakout through the 33s. I did not take an entry because it was just a steady grind all day. There was no real sideways action that I could base risk off of without just using low a day. So ideally, this thing consolidate. If it wants to keep going, great. Parabolic daily, I'll look for a short. But to get long, I'd rather a day or two of consolidation, and then potentially look at that one again. OPTT second red day. It had a gap up here in the morning, open green, and still the opening minute was its high a day for the rest of the day, and then faded off nicely after hours. Plan here would be a big enough gap down into the 26s, 27s, and look for a bounce back to 40s. But this will be a backside bounce type watch for me now that it's gone from basically 15 cents to 60 cents, a nice 4x. And the volume is still 35 million on a 30-cent name is still plenty dollar volume wise. And then we'll move over here to red zone. I was looking for a T+1 style trade once we had that inside day in between 270s and 320s, 310s. And it ended up not really doing anything. No volume came in. So I didn't touch it. There was no reason to. But it could be a breakout. I'll set a price alert for 3 and 310s and could be a breakout trade coming next week. Siri is a really nice multi-day runner, going from the 260s up to the 4s with a really great parabolic day here. I had said on my Friday watch list I'd be looking for a blow-off volume candle like that off the open, which we got, straight up 15-minute candle. I did take a couple losses on it on the front side where you had these 2 minutes straight up, and then this one was like a first 2 minute to go red. So I had tried shorting this one in front of 4s, thinking people were waiting for a $4, and it didn't come, so I shorted here and was looking for lower, and ended up stopping out here, losing, I don't know, 5 or 6 cents. And then I tried it again right here once it pushed through 4, and then stopped out again through high a day, losing 5 or 6 cents. So then I decided to wait for the first 2 minute candle to make a new low, which was right under here, 406, risk versus highs, and then I covered here towards VWAP. Identified this now low here and here in the 380s, and then it bottomed here. So once that broke down, I was off desk by this point, but that's a nice failed follow through setup that Nate talks about, and offered a nice fader there. I like this bounce back into the close. Ideally, we get pops back to the 390s and look for a first red day back towards the 4 EMA. So I'll be looking for a first red day here tomorrow. Tesla was a nice opportunity off the open. It actually held up a lot better. I thought there was going to be a bit more opportunity on this one. But we got that parabolic daily going into Friday, followed by the gap up, flat open. You get this morning shove, and the opening low right here fails. That's a nice short opportunity. Followed my plan to a T from my watch list on Friday. We got this opening range low break, and then a nice fader. I decided to trade this with TSLT. Was a leveraged ETF to Tesla, and we got that same kind of move. I covered through there, chopped myself up, and gave a little bit back on this bounce. I was looking for that VWAP exhaustion and then that rollover trade, and it just never came. So nice opportunity off open, and if you fought it the rest of the day, you would have likely chopped yourself up. Costs, a nice extended big runner. Nothing I'm going to be looking to short. This thing just trades too thin, and I don't like the possibility of getting squeezed on stuff like this. So I'd be waiting for a backside bounce if this thing were to fade another day or two, potentially get a nice bounce on the backside. But in terms of the short side, nothing I'm really super interested in. Just too much risk for me. And Clue, I want to mention, had a seller step in there pre-market, came all the way back, consolidated throughout the day, and then right there into the afternoon, just absolutely dumped $1 a share like crazy. So far bounced back a little bit into close. Nice fails under that 260 key line. I'd be looking for this thing to bounce back towards 260s next week and potentially get a swing trade back down to $1. Like I said, the history of this name, I just think it fades right back off. But we'll see where we're at there next week. So yeah, KTRA, SNOA, big picture, OPTT, and Siri, another couple main watches there. Nice daily chart patterns showing themselves. Looking forward to the opportunity this week. Seems like it hasn't slowed down at all. So I will see you guys in the room.